Hey guys, do you want to see a movie that features scientists, cigar cutters, and prosthetic legs?
Yeah.
So the first 5 minutes, that's all you really...
That sounds about right, yeah. If you do, then Darkman is for you.
Darkman from 1990.
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Is the movie that we watched for this isn't a canon movie.
This is not a canon movie. We watched it because if you watch our last, at least when we're recording this, the last bonus episode, me and Brian were talking about the fact that, we basically, I don't want to say we grew up on this movie. We watched it as kids.
Yeah.
And we're talking about that. Brian was very confused by just the word Darkman.
Did I hear about a Darkman remake?
Darkman.
Was that the one with
Liam Neeson?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Darkman.
You can keep saying it.
You really don't know?
Darkman.
No.
It's a comic book movie.
So yeah, not a canon movie, but me and Brian haven't seen this movie since we were kids, so we thought we'd revisit it and see how it's held up.
Yes. As you mentioned, I am Brian Lee. To my left is
Rembrandt.
to the right.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher, what is the synopsis?
I'll be honest, totally forgot to write down the synopsis, but that's because I wrote down the tagline, which is, well, the tagline for this movie was, "Who is Darkman? ? Find out this August."
So horrible.
Do they really do taglines anymore?
I'm sure they do. Maybe even if it's just like for the poster.
Yeah.
In
I could
theaters
see, I
that
could
aren't
see it
thing
on
anymore.
a poster, yeah, but that's about it.
Well, and when they originally were screening this movie, and doing previews, it didn't do well with audiences.
Right.
But I guess that whole marketing scheme of just, because the poster is basically just his silhouette with the phrase "Who is Darkman?" And I guess that marketing campaign, this movie did well in theaters because of that.
Smithers, Grabo is coming.
Look, Smithers, Garbo is coming. Yes, sir.
I wouldn't go see someone if I didn't know what it was.
No. I believe Y2J probably worked on you.
Here, 2, we're counting it down. What's the one?
We're actually drinking beer. We should probably say what we're drinking.
Oh,
just for shits
Oh,
and
we
grins.
each have something different.
yeah.
The label just says Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. Oh, bottled by Lexington Brewing and Distilling Co.
There it is.
I've only had a sip, but it's good so far. Brad, what are you drinking?
Old style. It's good.
Speaking of bowling, ever since you said bowling alley beer, that's
This, yeah. Old style's bowling alley beer. Pabst is, Hams is. I've seen Old Milwaukee in bowling alleys.
And then I'm the fancy boy, the real boy in blue. Lovely Rita from Microphone. Goza with strawberries, lime, and salt. Ooh.
Huh.
Rembrandt, do you recommend Darkman?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Because while watching it, everything started coming back. Because I have seen it.
Oh, okay.
But I think I was 8, 9, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was, So, but yeah, everything started flooding back. And I was like, okay. So,
Christopher?
Yes. There was basically some of the cheesiest parts of this movie I thought were actually in the third one.
Oh.
So I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, that is this one. But the overall, I recommend it. Brian, do you recommend Darkman?
I don't think I do. And I loved this movie when I was a kid.
it was so cheesy.
Yes.
And so over the top.
Right.
And it's like this is the stuff I watch, just because I love just the corniness of it.
I mean, it's super over the top.
It really is.
Yep.
Liam Neeson is not known as being an over the top actor.
Okay. We have a couple of topics to go over. Well, first of all, this was basically Liam Neeson's one of his first times starring in an action movie.
Yes.
So this kind of started that career,
Yes.
which is surprising.
I don't want to just real quick. Have either of you seen Krull?
Thieves, bandits, fighters, and brawlers. Desperate men. Those are the kind of men I need.
That was, I think, Liam Neeson's first role was in Krull, and he played just one of the guys in the party, and he had a spear, and he maybe had 3 lines, and it didn't. Well, my point is, from that to this, his acting style did not change. And I'm like, how is he a lead in an action? Like, he's older stuff when he's older. I have a set of skills.
Yes.
Yeah. He's because he's got that gruff. Yeah. This, he's almost like I'm Liam Neeson, and I'm here because I'm here. Like, it's very just, I'm a guy.
So my question to you guys,
I'm a guy.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, go
not
ahead.
not a Chuck Norris guy, like an action guy. He's just like a guy.
He's not a super butch masculine.
Right. To me, you don't think action hero when you look at young Liam Neeson.
Correct.
in this movie, is he a really bad actor or is he overacting for the role?
That was going to be my question so this is for people who have not seen Darkman. This is a Sam Raimi movie.
Yes.
So my question is this a bad cheesy movie or is this just Sam Raimi doing like his Three Stooges inspired, like
this is
yuck, this kind of stuff?
I feel this is a Sam Raimi being Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Because
this has all the Dutch angles and lots of slapstick. I even wrote it down. This reminded me of Army of Darkness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I felt when I watched this.
Cameo at the very end.
Yes, which I love.
I even like during the middle of it, I was thinking like, I forgot there were certain parts. I'm just like, oh, that's kind of like Ash-like. That's kind of like this. And then at the end when he's there, I'm just
that was awesome.
So yeah, there's a Bruce Campbell cameo at the very end. But then I watched this with Stacy, and then she asked the most crazy question, which was, so is Darkman part of the Evil Dead universe? I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
That would be amazing. If you guys watch any of the Ash vs. Evil Dead?
No.
I think I watched the very first episode. And it was good.
Yeah. If you ever get around to it, it is fantastic. If you liked Evil Dead, the slapstick one, if you liked Army of Darkness.
I loved Army of Darkness.
You will love Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah, so we think this isn't a bad movie. This is just Sam Raimi being over the top.
What about Liam Neeson? Is he doing a bad job acting or?
That's the thing. And that's the other thing I want to bring up is this, to me, watching this now as an adult, this seems like a Nicolas Cage performance where there's some scenes where they're so over the top where it's like, why make that choice?
Right.
I really feel he hammed it up. Because even Frances McDermott, his love interest, she kind of like was a little hammy at times.
Yes.
You know, so I feel they were trying to do the comic book type. You know, you got to be over the top.
Other thing is obviously this is before like comic book movies were like a real thing.
Yeah. Right.
So is this also like Hollywood not sure how to do comic books?
That's how
movies.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Because the first Batman was 93, 94?
89, I thought.
89.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then the second was 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
But then again, that was
speaking of
Tim Burton directing.
Danny Elfman.
I was going to say Danny Elfman.
Some people bag on Danny Elfman, but I like Danny Elfman.
I like almost everything he's done. Yeah. Yeah. But
and that was the other bit of trivia is, like I said, when they first showed this to test audiences, they didn't like it. But I guess once they added Danny Elfman's score, people liked it a lot more.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Lots of exposition.
Yes.
Lots of that on Darkman's part.
Yeah.
You mean just him talking to himself?
Yes. Or explaining like what's going on.
Yeah.
You know,
very mad science scene.
Which I really feel like we need to skip the second one and we need to talk about the third one.
Yeah,
at some point, because there's a shit ton of exposition in that one.
Go with that.
It's terrible. I do remember as a child though, the cigar cutter traumatizing me.
Yes,
that was hard to watch now.
Yeah. So again, I watched this with Stacy, and she and that's like in the very beginning of this movie.
Right. Yeah.
So we got that scene. Stacy's like, "You watched this as a kid?"
yeah. I did. It's funny because I was like, after remembering this, I was thinking back of like other movies I saw. Like I saw Army of Darkness in theaters when I was like 11. Yeah, I saw. My dad brought me.
Yeah.
So I
the same father who gave you a Playboy subscription.
Yes. Yeah. When I was 16. Yes. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking loved Darkman as a kid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wrapped a bunch of like bandanas around my face,
That's
and I
awesome.
had like a flat bill hat.
He has a sweet. Would you call it? It's not a fedora, but I don't know what you call that.
It was
But
like, oh, dude, and like I remember like walking outside, and like one of the mom, because my mom had a daycare,
Yeah.
and, like I'm walking around, like, and my mom's like, "What are you?"
I love
I was that kid.
I love that so much.
Oh, go ahead.
It's still at the beginning. So after Liam Neeson, gets all blown up and everything.
yes, in his lab that is above a coffee shop.
Yeah, well, I do want to go back to. I just want to point this one part out where it's he's spinning on that thing, all bandaged up, and the doctor's like, "Yeah, we cut off his nerves. You could just poke him with a pin." Like shoves a pin, and I'm like, "That is so unethical." Like,
Well, yeah. Why were they? Yeah. So Liam Neeson's strapped to a machine, and they're just spinning him upside down.
Right. I didn't understand that at all. That was so strange. But I do want to get back to when he's like in his lab with his assistant, and like all of a sudden,
Joku or whatever his name
yeah.
is.
And it's like I thought it was very strange. Like I thought how they did it was pretty great because that real estate guy, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, the bad guy.
So
Yeah.
McDermott finds that memo or whatever that has that it's not good. The payments and everything. Like I did, like of course I remembered, but like you don't realize that they're working together. Like it's a thing. It's like because I'm just like, how did this guy find out to go to Liam Neeson's place so quick? Like it really is.
Yeah, I was kind of confused at first by that. There's some really questionable dialogue in this movie. So like when Liam Neeson and his girlfriend are like watching the slideshow.
Oh yeah.
Which that was bizarre. But all of a sudden, like there's just like all of a sudden she's like,
Come here.
What?
Come here.
Oh, I know what's on your
Let me
mind.
show you.
like the lines are like right on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's like 80 yards. It's just very, very strange.
Yeah. So they're in. So Liam Neeson, he's trying to like this skin made from cells, trying to make it last longer than 99 minutes, whatever. And so they're working on it, and they finally figure, it's photosensitive, the light. Oh,
Right, it's tight.
yes. And so but then the bad guys come to the lab, and his assistant, you see him trying to he starts fighting back a little bit. Doing exactly. Doing little karate moves. Yeah, I was like, get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he gets it, and then so when I didn't mean to. It's not supposed to be a laughing point, but when the guy's got the plastic over his face, he's trying to breathe, and Liam Neeson, he's like, let him breathe. No, and the guy's like, yeah, give him a hole, and he shoots him. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god! That's why I think he hammed everything up.
Yes.
Because of that. Like he was just so over the top, screaming. Oh my god!
Maybe you guys can help me out. 26 minutes, sing songy. It's me. Quadrants. Extrapolate.
Quadrants, extrapolate.
Yes, yeah, that is very strange.
Yes, that's it. Clever.
Yeah, yeah. This is like the most Sam Raimi-est movie.
Yeah,
I've he's ever made besides like the Army of Darkness, Evil Dead stuff.
Take the fucking elephant.
Take the fucking elephant.
Yeah, that fucking pink elephant really pushed him over the edge.
God.
I like how when he breaks the carny's finger, everyone starts screaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before that, what am I, a circus freak? Puts the funnel on his head and dances around. I'm like, oh my, what is going on?
And the song that he makes, like,
Yes.
$35 to see the freak.
Oh my,
Oh my god.
that was
Really is like Nicolas Cage level. Like
yeah. And then the craziness goes, and he sees Frances McDermott. She goes to the grave, to see him, and then he's standing there all creepy, like he's like, I'm alive.
Yeah, like
it was very weird. He's just standing there like, oh, like, he looks like a zombie.
Yeah, he kept on like going towards her with his hands out.
Exactly. It's like, no, I could give me a hug.
Yeah, like that's when you come back from the dead. That's not how you approach people.
Exactly. Yeah, and so. But she accepts and she's like, "Oh, you're alive, huh? This is so great." And then they're eating. She's like, "I can't come back yet." She's like, "There's lots of things going on with me." His voice changed, right?
His voice did change, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably just the smoke inhalation. It's probably just vocal
But
cords.
so I mean, that's the thing. They go out twice on 2 different dates.
Yeah,
and both dates were probably about 99 minutes.
You're right.
And not once he didn't like, oh yeah, by the way, my face like melts after 99 minutes. And I have to leave, just let you know.
Yeah, because I think they tried to be like, oh, I'm too ashamed to let you know that I'm really all burnedy and scabby under it.
That I'm really Kane underneath.
Exactly.
Let's hear without this thing. Come on. Suck it.
Okay, we'll go to that second part when he's at the circus or he breaks the guy's fingers. Mm-hmm. Didn't that when he ran because it started melting and she followed him?
Yes.
Right. Okay, that's so. I'm trying to remember that.
Yeah, he's running away. His face is smoking.
Yes.
And he's carrying a giant pink elephant.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty easy to track.
But he runs all the way
to his lab or whatever.
Yep. And she follows him the whole time.
Right.
No one's winded. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So that kind of got me upset. It's like, Judy. Yeah. And
I totally thought we were just exaggerating that from childhood.
No,
but that is how he sounds.
Yeah.
Darkman with the Durant mask holding up the convenience store.
Yes. He looks right at the camera.
Take these, buddy. My name isn't Buddy. It's Durant. Robert G. Durant.
That lady, I wish she was not in the movie where he throws the bald guy out the window.
And she starts screaming.
Oh my God.
I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm done with the movie. Turn it off. No, I can't stand this.
Screaming fucking
she was the worst.
And then Durant starts chasing Darkman in a helicopter with a grenade launcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, Darkman's running on top of the warehouses and Durant shoots the grenade launcher and Darkman slides down the railing with his legs like doing
Dude, so many bullet ricochets close to him and he must have been blown up so many times.
He I think he dives, but he's laying down on a roof, motionless, and they're firing at him and still missing.
Right.
Him.
It's like
you
see the line of bullets right next to him. Yeah. But I guess you're supposed to remember that he doesn't feel pain anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So because it's that part when they're on the scaffolding of the building and his hand got the rivet
with the rivet.
Oh man.
Which I feel like that gun A wouldn't be that big and B I don't think they work like that.
Even if it did work that way, they're standing so close to each other, and his aim is so terrible.
Did you notice when he's shooting at him like that, he keeps turning it?
Maybe he doesn't want to pull Brandon Lee on him.
That was too soon. That whole ending part, I thought that was kind of cool. Like they're all up on the building stuff, and that one guy is there. I forgot where I was going with it.
That was a great ending when the guy was there.
Everything's like, nope, just stop talking.
Hit the brakes.
Exactly.
I think they say they're 650 feet up in the air, right?
Yeah.
So if they fall, they're dead.
Yeah.
But they go out of their way to show that there's spikes at the bottom.
Yeah. I'm like, what kind of Mortal Kombat shit?
And when Frances McDermott, when she's falling and she gets caught on the rebar, her shoulders would have been out of the sockets. She would have just been arms hanging from the rebar. You're on the ground.
Right.
Yeah. But she gently. Exactly how it happened.
I will say though, to this movie's credit, the whole stunt work of Darkman hanging from the helicopter, it's fucking swinging him through the city.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good.
Yeah. The helicopter stuff was pretty cool. I liked when Frances McDermott tries to push the one guy off. Remember when they're all up there?
Why didn't she just fucking step on his hand?
Exactly, because she's still holding on.
Right.
He gets up, he's like, "You're stupid," and he goes, "Oh," and just pushes her off.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of funny. He was a very bad actor.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
That's all I have for notes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just have Ash at the end, really happy.
Yeah. A little bit of trivia. Take that. Bill Paxton was almost cast as Peyton.
Oh.
He told his friend Liam Neeson about the audition. So when Neeson got the role, Paxton was so angry that he did not speak to Neeson for months.
That's understandable. I could see that being a little upset.
I don't know how that would be.
I wouldn't have liked Bill Paxton.
I like Bill Paxton though.
Oh, I do. Don't get me wrong. I like him too. I think
it depends how much you would have hammed it up.
I like Bill Paxton as a president that kills aliens.
Pullman?
Oh, it is Bill Pullman.
Oh, I was thinking the same guy,
Me
dude.
too.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
The Twister guy.
Bill, yeah, that's a Twister guy. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he would have been a badge.
I don't know why you ain't going to bring your father back.
Yeah,
Terrible.
yeah.
That's a terrible Bill Paxton.
No, it's fine. It's probably the best I've ever heard.
This weird Gary Busey.
No,
I heard sounds that were like a mechanical tiger.
Gary Oldman was also considered to play Peyton.
Oh,
yes.
I love Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman would have been awesome if it wasn't a cheesy role. If it was more of a dark, type, without the hamming it up, I would have liked him.
Director Sam Raimi originally wanted Bruce Campbell to play the lead role.
Of course,
it was the producers who were uncertain that Campbell could handle the part.
He would have been great.
Yes.
He would have been
when
great.
it comes to hamming it up, I think Bruce Campbell would have been just fine.
Yeah.
Again, so I mentioned that we originally talked about Darkman during the last bonus episode. We incorrectly said it was based on a comic book. Basically, what happened was Sam Raimi tried to get the rights to the Batman, and he couldn't get them. So he tried to get the rights to the Shadow, couldn't get that. So he basically said, I'm just going to make my own comic book hero.
Oh.
So it's basically just like an homage. Well, it's an homage to comic book, like superheroes, and there's also, it says like a tribute to like Universal movies from like the 30s.
That I can see. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Because it even starts off with that 1930s Universal logo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was a comic. I really did, yeah.
Well, so after this movie came out, they came out with comics, because I remember we had those.
Yeah.
Right. I think it was NES. There was an NES Darkman game. It was dog shit.
Oh, I'm
made by Ocean. The editing process was extremely difficult, and the editor allegedly had a nervous breakdown and left the production.
Do you feel maybe that's because Sam Raimi wanted a certain way? And he's like, you're not hamming it up enough. You're not making enough
more
shit
weird
fly
cuts.
around. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
More weird.
I said more weird cuts.
Well, it could be due to the fact of early preview screenings did not go well as people laughed in the wrong places. And they also complained about the lack of a happy ending. Universal told Sam Raimi that some people rated it the worst film they had ever seen.
People are stupid.
According to executives, the film was one of the worst scoring pictures in Universal's history.
Wow.
Then 2 preview screenings, one with Danny Elfman's score, went well. He's just bandaged up.
It's just when we put the tape on it. I'm Darkman.
I know. I need to edit that.
If you could, please.
Oh my God, no. No.
Darkman received generally positive reviews by critics and was a box office success.
Really?
Grossing almost $49 million.
Wow.
Based on a $16 million budget.
Wow.
That's probably why there was 3 of them.
Yeah.
2 and 3 were direct to DVD or direct to video.
I remember the 3rd one being direct to.
Yeah. Comic book writer Peter David in the Comics Buyer's Guide listed Darkman as the perfect superhero film of all time. Thoughts?
Peter David said that?
Is that, you know this person?
I know Peter David, yeah.
And the Comics Buyer's Guide listed it as the perfect superhero film of all time.
I could understand why he would say that. Peter David, from what I remember, he's a very hammy type of comic book writer.
Like, no. Why?
Okay, let's think about this, though. What, 1990?
Okay. Batman came out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He-Man came out.
I agree with you about Batman.
It also depends on when he said that.
Right, yeah, because it's like, when did he, like, how many comic book movies were made at that time? And maybe he didn't like Michael Keaton.
Well, that or I'm afraid
fucking shut your whore mouth
I like
now.
Michael Keaton.
All right, then.
Maybe he didn't like Michael Keaton. Blasphemous, I understand, but who knows?
Bran. Now that we've talked about Darkman, do you recommend it?
I do recommend it. And let me say, so if you do something like, if people have Halloween parties and they do movies, this would be a good
background movie
at a Halloween party.
It's a good group movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You don't need to really focus on it at all.
Nope.
But when something crazy happens, you can be like, hey, look at this crazy thing. And then go back. Yeah. So there, that's my recommendation.
Brian, now that we've talked about Darkman, do you recommend it?
I'm gonna go no.
Okay.
Sorry.
I do. Just because, like I said, it's like a Nicolas Cage performance from Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I think they'll do it for this episode.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Good journey.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, tell a friend.